Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present to you about the topic of patent quality management. My name is Uwe Schriek, and I've been working for the Siemens patent department for more than 30 years, heading one of the Siemens patent departments for the past 20 years. I have joined the Pfenning IP law firm last year. I'm presenting to you now today from an old machine hall, which you can see in my background, an industrial monument which was built in the 1890s. That was after the IP law firm of Pfenning had been founded. So this is one of the oldest German IP law firms. And one of the specialties of Pfenning is its international clientele and its very elaborated quality management. Pfenning has altogether about 100 employees, comprising patent attorneys from Japan, India, China, and the UK, and of course German patent attorneys. And Pfenning has the quality of being one of the biggest filers at the European Patent Office, filing about 1,000 or even more than 1,000 patent applications per year for domestic and international clients. The number of applications filed at the European Patent Office is still rising, with a small dip during the Corona pandemic, and it's now over 1,200 per year. Pfenning has a variety of domestic clients, including research institutes, like, for example, the Fraunhofer Institutes, some companies from the automotive area, and companies from the medical area. On an international level, one of the biggest clients of Pfenning is Mitsubishi Electric in Japan, but Pfenning also has some big clients in Korea, the US, and China, which gives us the opportunity to learn about the typical problems that arise with patent applications being drafted abroad and coming to the European Patent Office. We are used to take care of the problems that arise from this process, but not only this, we also try to avoid problems from the beginning by giving training to the patent attorneys of our clients. The Pfenning team of patent attorneys comprises one team of electronics and physics, one team of mechanical engineering, and a team taking care of chemistry and life science, wherein the topics of these teams, of course, have a large overlap. These teams are located in our office in Munich, in the office in Berlin, and also in our office in Dresden. One of the specialties of the Pfenning law firm is its patent quality management, including good definition of quality management procedures and documentation, and also guaranteeing accessibility of procedural instructions and documents for every employee, and also the continuous improvement of our quality management processes. We also are certified according to the ISO 9001 standard and got the first certificate in 2008, which is updated on a regular basis and audited regularly. Pfenning has a special relationship to Japan and has been working with Japanese clients for decades, for example, with Mitsubishi Electric for about 40 years. In 2023, Pfenning has decided to become an observing member of JIPA, visiting regularly the JIPA conferences and visiting clients in Japan every year. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like now to turn to the main topic of my presentation concerning the ongoing discussion about patent quality in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start giving you an overview over the topics I want to cover in my presentation. I would like to start with some general considerations about patent quality. Then I want to present to you the EPO's, the European Patent Office's view on patent quality. And after that, I would like to shed a light on the view of industry on patent quality. After that, I want to present to you some examples of patent quality management as it has been established in some companies in Europe, I know. And then I would turn to a consideration of patent quality management along the IP value chain. Last not least, I want to give you some examples of patent quality management that have been established by Pfenning with different clients. The general consideration of patent quality should involve the question, what is patent quality? And this question reminds me the old parable of the blind man trying to find out what an elephant is like. And on the picture you see the blind man, one of them touching the elephant's skin, and he will get the impression that an elephant might be like a tree, and another man is touching the floppy ears of the elephant and he will get the impression that an elephant is like a carpet. So coming back to the question what patent quality is, there's no one-fits-all definition, and generally patent quality has to serve the purpose of the applicant. This has been primarily the perspective of the applicants. On the other hand, patent offices have their own view on patent quality and examination quality. But after all, patent quality has to serve the strategic goals of the applicant. This includes systematically setting objectives, allocating resources, and implementing measures, and also controlling the results and getting feedback from the users. On the other hand, the patent quality management is challenged by an increasing number of applications, more and more complex content of the single applications, and hence an increasing pressure on the examiners. The report of the European Patent Office about patent quality that has been published in 2023 shows, for example, the simplification of the examination practice, the qualification of staff, and the optimization of search tools as measures. As positive results, the report states the achievement of first office action grant rates about 49%, the improved timeliness, and also the good user feedback. On the other hand, the report of the EPO reveals some room for improvement, for example, showing that the audit results reflected a share of about 13% of cases with issues, which could lead possibly to invalidity of patents and also a lack of harmonization between the practice of examiners. It is also interesting to have a look at the perspective of the examiners of the European Patent Office. And on the IP information platform Uwe, in 2024, a petition of the EPO staff to the Administrative Council of the European Patent Office has been published, calling upon the Council to reduce the pressure on the examiners and in this way improve the quality of patent examination. There are also interesting statistics created by the institution IP Quants, which regularly publishes such kind of statistics about the behavior of the European Patent Office. Diagrams show that the number of patent applications at the European Patent Office is slightly increasing, whereas the number of patent examiners at the European Patent Office is decreasing. IP Quants also have a special interpretation of the development of the first action grant rates, which have been raised to about 49%. The European Patent Office has presented this as a progress, whereas IP Quants states that it might be a reason to doubt the quality of examination. To summarize my considerations up to now, it can be stated that, first of all, the definition of patent quality always depends on the underlying IP strategy. And secondly, IP quality has to be considered along the whole value chain, starting with the applicant and application process and continuing with the examination by the patent offices. Turning now to the industry perspective of patent quality, I want to present to you an activity founded by a network of international companies called the Industry Patent Quality Charter. And I have the honor to have been involved in the launch of this project in 2022, and I was the first drafter of the charter at Siemens. Important cornerstones of the quality charter are, among others, patents that focus on added value for the services and products of a company and covering features that make a difference for the customers. Secondly, not to put the priority on a high rank in filing statistics of patent offices. And thirdly, to concentrate on clearly written patents with a well-defined scope, which gives credibility to the patent system as a whole. On the picture you see my ex-boss at Siemens, Beat Weibel, together with whom I launched the project of the Industry Patent Quality Charter in 2022. In the meantime, the number of subscribers to the Industry Patent Quality Charter has been increasing and now includes big European companies like Siemens, Deutsche Telekom, Bayer, Volvo, and also Ericsson, Nokia, and US companies like Hewlett-Packard, Procter & Gamble, and Qualcomm. What the IPQC network of companies is demanding from patent offices is a complete search, a complete examination, and also to consider user feedback. Further, a continuous training of the examiners is required, as well as a transparent system of incentives for the examiners, which avoids any bias. The network further thinks it is important to have a continuous and constructive dialogue with patent offices, in particular with the European Patent Office, and also offers training to examiners, teaching them about the current state of art and also explaining how important patents are for industry. The IPQC network is also, for example, in touch with the Japanese Patent Office, and the Deputy Commissioner Katsura Masanori of the Japanese Patent Office, for example, has visited the Siemens Patent Department in 2024. And as you can see on the picture, I had the pleasure to be present and participate in the discussion about the view of industry on patent quality management and also the measures that the Japanese Patent Office takes to ensure quality. I would now like to have a look at the IP value chain and patent quality as it's managed along this value chain. Usually, a good quality starts with a good selection of the inventions that have to be covered by patent applications. Secondly, of course, the patent attorneys drafting patent applications should be aware of the IP strategy. And thirdly, they should know about the underlying business models and the activities of competitors. It goes by itself that quality management starts with a close collaboration between patent attorneys drafting a patent application and the inventors. Further, regular reviews of the patent portfolio should ensure that the number of patents is limited and there's always room for new patent applications. And last not least, a quality management should be in place for outside counsels, including regular calls, feedback loops, and audits. Now let's have together a view on a diagram showing the IP value chain. The inventors and marketing of a company should be aware of the IP strategy. Of course, they are also aware of the underlying business model of their products or services, and they know their unique selling propositions. Further, they know about the activities of competitors. In-house counsels should have all this information, and they should also make sure that outside counsel can dispose of this information in order to optimize prosecution before the patent offices. I would now like to present to you 3 examples of models of patent quality management that Pfenning has established with different clients. The first example shows that a client has put a focus on our internal senior review in the Pfenning law firm, and this is considered the most important measure of patent quality management. Further, the client has internal statistics about timeliness and errors, and to a certain extent also practices a review of applications in the in-house patent department. The second example of patent quality management that has established with the client shows that this client mostly relies on his statistics of errors and timeliness. And only in the second place, he relies on internal review and also on the senior review of the Pfenning IP law firm. The third example shows what I would call the gold standard of patent quality management, involving a strategic case-by-case alignment between client and law firm. In addition to this, the client practices internal reviews and also relies on a senior review in the Pfenning IP law firm. Ladies and gentlemen, having seen different perspectives of patent quality and coming to a conclusion now, this is what my recommendation is for you today. When establishing a patent quality management, please start building an IP strategy and become clear about what you want to achieve with your patents. And then decide about the kind of quality you should require. And if you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to write me an email, and I will be happy to be in touch with you. Thank you for your attention.